So I learned a couple of things last night when working on the Signuno project. I was trying to reach out to sign language communities and forums online just to learn a couple of things, to see how people felt about it, to see if there was any insight people could give me. And I learned a couple of things. One is that, and I don't want to say this is the opinion of the deaf community as a whole, but I will say that the deaf community on Reddit and a lot of these forums, they are largely against a universal sign language. And I guess that's up for discussion, but it's very clear that they are against people that have the ability to hear, the people that aren't a part of the deaf community, the hard of hearing community, to create it. So that's something I'm taking into consideration. Now, a second thing I learned, which I think this is quite interesting, is that, so I have to back up a bit for this part. Before I created Signuno, or before I created the YouTube channel, before I started this project, I did know that Signuno was created about 20 years ago. I think the first video that we ever put on YouTube was a direct acknowledgement that this is a continuation of a project that was started in the early 2000s. Now, to my knowledge at the time, there was only a signed alphabet, because that's all I could really find online. And I searched everywhere for an author, contributors, and all I could find was a signed alphabet. But while talking in these forums, someone did say, hey, no, there's a whole lexicon for, I don't know if it's all the signs, but it's a 365 page PDF file where they quite literally show you how to do signs for many words, many common words in Esperanto. So I'm kind of curious what my next step is, but it's going to be one of three things. One, and this is in no particular order, I'm just thinking out loud. One is literally try and figure out how to do all these signs according to his original lexicon and credit the author, although the PDF file said it was authored by Dr. Signuno. Now, I imagine that's not his real name, and every other source I found said it was an anonymous author. So I'm going to give credit to this anonymous author and say, hey, these are the signs proposed by Dr. Signuno. Now, yeah, I mean, now that I say that, I was going to have three other options, but I think that's going to be the best spot to start, especially since they've already put tons of work into it. It seems foolish for me to just try and create signs. I mean, having almost no experience with sign languages anyway. So I guess that's where I'll start. I want to involve as many people as humanly possible with this Signuno project. So now that I know that there's a lexicon and there's hundreds of signs to do, I really don't intend to be in a small room or a fucking office just doing these signs in front of a camera. That'll be part of it. But really what I want to do is, as soon as I make a sign, I want to go out into the world, into my local city, whatever it is, and show these signs to people and have a discussion to see, hey, do you guys think this is a visually intuitive sign? Have you ever heard of Esperanto? Have a million of those conversations rather than just sit in front of a camera. That sounds so boring, and I want to involve more people.